Happy holidays, Fire Feathers! I finally sat down and made a video. So, yes, I have popcorn. Don't judge me. So today, I have my Christmas hat, fedora, and I have a couple stories in here. I don't have many because I don't want this video to go on for ages. I just need to get a video out to you guys, so let's see. First story is going to be, literally just wrote these down so I should remember what I mean by these, so this one happened recently. It's me earning my nickname, my newest nickname. So I was at lunch a couple days ago, and this table behind me and my little group of friends, I know I hang out with more than just like one other person, oh my god, this table sitting behind us was like kind of more of the popular table, and suddenly something gets thrown at my table. I look at, and it's in the middle of the table. It's an empty bag of chips. So my friend, we'll just call her, Elle. I don't know. I'm gonna be really bad at coming up with cover names. So Elle gets up, throws it out in the trash, and sits back down. We don't think too much of it. Suddenly, a piece of, and like, at our school we have these little pieces of bread. They're like probably like that. Gets thrown at Elle, like almost smacking her like right in the face. So this time I'm like, I turn around and I go like, who did that? Like, excuse me, like, can you stop? And then things continue to be thrown at us. And like, I was stuck. Like, I was at the, like, we have windows, table. I was in between two tables in the window, so I couldn't go anywhere unless the rest of my table got up and the rest of the table, like both sides, my sides of the table, moved. And then, like, at the end of lunch, suddenly something like smacks me in the back of the head. And I turn around and I look at the floor, because I heard it hit the floor right by my backpack. So my lunch, we take our bags with us everywhere. So our lockers are like that. People in my high school can agree. So I turn around, look at the floor. A full-on puffy Cheeto hit me in the back of the head and was now sitting next to my bag. So I look at my friend. I'll just call her Author, because she likes to write a lot. She knows who she is. She started calling me Cheeto when I told her that I just got smacked in the back of the head with a Cheeto. And Elle thought that was the funniest thing she'd heard all day. So, and then a couple days ago I got a text from her that said, "Hi, Cheeto," and I just sighed. And I looked at the text and I was just like, really? And now she just calls me Cheeto all the time, so. Alright, let's pick another story. Okay, we got two, so I'm just gonna... Alright, so this one, a few people that are in my grade now and have kind of the same teachers as me back in 6th grade would know. My math teacher, we're just gonna call her Miss Fractions because she always taught us fractions, was engaged. And I didn't know she was engaged for a little while. Even though, yeah, I know I would see the ring and blah, 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 but, like, I was an oblivious 6th grader. Now I'm just an oblivious 8th grader, but whatever. So people started shipping Miss, almost just said her real name, not gonna say that again, Miss Fractions with other teachers, and majority of the students in my grade shipped Miss Fractions with a science teacher from the other team of teachers, because we had Team A and Team B. He was on Team A, so I'm just going to call him Mr. A. And Mr. A and Miss Fractions was like the number one ship of who people thought Miss Fractions was engaged with. And me, being the fangirl I am, immediately said to my friend, I'm just going to call her Winters, she'll know that reference. So Winters, it's an inside joke, So Winters and I were out on the field. We were like helping out with something. We were helping out the 6th graders. Wait, no, we weren't helping out the 6th graders. We had like a field day. Because I was a 6th grader. Wow, I'm thinking of a different time. But I was having a field day in my 6th grade because we still had that back then. Back then, that was like 3 years ago. And Mr. A, I think that's what I called him, was like calling across the field for Miss Fraction. And Winters told me this on the way back inside. I literally started to fangirl. And Winters, you know who you are. It was interesting to say the least. And then I find out, beginning of 7th grade, our ship was correct. Mr. A and Miss Fraction were engaged to each other. Don't know who started it. So basically the entire 7th grade class was like ecstatic when we all found out. So, and she ended up moving away end of 6th grade. She switched districts, so I haven't seen her in a long time. The only reason I knew that is because one of my friends is still in contact with her. So yeah, that's basically that one. Going down. Oh god. So, we're just gonna call this girl V. So V has lunch with me almost every single day. We're really close best friends. Met V in 6th grade when she moved here. Yeah, V knows who she is. When I say the story, at least you'll definitely know. So I was at lunch, and my high school lunch is already a lot with most of my friends in the same lunches as me. Among my high school goes 8th through 12, so like 8th graders are mixed in with seniors, which is yes, I'm on a rolling chair. If you couldn't tell. So I was sitting at lunch. I had like one period left. I had math last period. I didn't want to go to math, but that's the only class I have with V other than lunch. Which lunch is my best subject. I'm not kidding. So I'm sitting there. I have a water bottle, and it's like half full, and she keeps trying to take it. I mean, she always takes my food, but like taking my water bottle was a new one. And so I take a sip, and you know how some people like smack the bottom of a water bottle? She does that to me. And I start like dying. Luckily I hadn't taken a sip of my water yet, so I wasn't like spraying water everywhere on everybody. And so I was just talking to her, and I was like, really? You had to? So then the second time, I take my sip of water, I close the cap, and I still have the water in my mouth because someone started talking to me. I was like, actually, I have my water right here. And she whacks the bottom of the water bottle. It goes flying off the table. I still have water in my mouth. I'm crying, laughing. And all of a sudden, out comes the water. The water comes straight out my nose. And I'm not gonna lie, it hurt, but it was funny. And V was sitting there laughing so hard. And then as we were walking to math, we were still laughing. And we were trying so hard to settle down during math. And then when I had to take a sip of my water, so V and I sat right next to each other at this point. Or we changed seats. And so I literally turn away from her and to drink my water. Because I don't trust her not to do it again. I think that was one of the best lunch moments I've had all year. Alright. I have a couple more. That's not good for those. So, if you didn't know, I'm a band kid. I've been in band since I was in 5th grade, so about 3-4 years now. And we switched band teachers twice. This is my, actually, no. Well, the middle schooler, you know what, I've had a couple different band teachers. This year's my third different band teacher. So, where was I? Oh yeah. So, it's like middle of 6th grade. We're getting ready for a concert. We're probably getting ready for like our winter one or our All Town. All Town's literally just High school band, 8th grade band, 5th grade band, 6th grade band, 7th grade band. That's it. We don't have a 4th grade band. 4th graders are stuck in chorus. And yes, 4th grade is in the middle school. Welcome to my town. And so we're going to call my band teacher Mr. Trumpet, because he played the trumpet. And he was really good. And so my band has had a lot of people back then. We lost a lot of people when we moved up to high school. So I think it was either a percussionist or someone in my section. I'm a flute, if you don't remember. So I think it was a percussionist. And you hear like someone dropping a mallet back in the back. Because we had my 6th grade band when I think it was flute and clarinet in the front, some more clarinets, some saxophones and French horns, and we had a baritone tenor sax, and then we had trumpets and trombones, and then percussion standing in the back, all the way in the back of and the floors were cement. We were in the basement of my middle school, because that was the only place that we could fit everybody, and have space for instruments. So we hear this loud, kind of echoing, like, hit on a floor with something wooden. And Mr. Trumpet looks up, stops what he was doing, and says, "That's not good for those." We took the creative liberty, remembered that, and anytime somebody dropped anything, we all, in unison most of the time, would yell, "That's not good for those." We still do that to each other all the time, even though we have a different band director. Okay. So this is a 7th grade history, 7th grade geography class. Sorry. I have a couple stories about my history teacher. So my friend, we'll call her, we'll just call her Lance. Yes, like Lance from Voltron. Yes, I'm that kind of nerd. So Lance and I were in the same class. This kid, who we'll call Swimmer, because his nickname was Synchronized Swimmer, in my history class. So all 3 of us had class together. And my ex-boyfriend at the time, or my boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend, was in that class too. So he would remember the story. So Lance, almost said her real name, calls herself the ruler queen, I think. Something to do with rulers. So she goes up to, I need a name for him. We'll just call him, we'll call him Mr. Geo. And Mr. Geo was sitting at his desk, and we were doing something out of the textbook. I think we were doing mapping. So Lance goes up to him and asks, "Can I beat Swimmer with a ruler?" He says yes, obviously. So she goes back to her seat, grabs a ruler from her pencil bag, walks over to Swimmer, and starts smacking him with it. And then she has to go and ask if she can whack my ex-boyfriend with a textbook. He says yes again. It was an awesome class, don't get me wrong. He wasn't, physically... He thought it was a joke, but, luckily she didn't actually beat him with the textbook, but she almost did a couple times, which was honestly kind of funny. But now she just kept smacking people with the ruler. So, she's basically the dictator of rulers. So, next story. We have 3 more, including this one. The fight that didn't really happen. That's really confusing, but this is a really old story. And I think only one person I know that doesn't even go to my school would remember this story, because it's about them. So I have this friend who I'm not as close with anymore, which I'm sad about. Let me think. What can I name? I'm just gonna call them... Um, I'll just call him Leaf. I don't know why, but I'm looking. I have my window like directly in front of me, and so Leaf and I have been really close. We met in preschool, which is when this story took place. And if you remember this story, Leaf, please comment down below if it was like first grade or kindergarten, first grade, or preschool, because it was one of those three. So that's when I had a lot of birthday parties, and it's before I moved to the house I live in now. When I lived in my old house, which was way before I got my YouTube channel, so you guys wouldn't know it. So in my yard, I used to have a little green slide that I would always be on, and I would always have for any use at a birthday party. So Leaf came to that birthday party. Leaf came to like every birthday party I had when I was young. When I still really did birthday parties. Now I just invite a couple people over, and I'm like, yay, welcome to birthday. Harsh reality. We love it. We love some harsh reality. But so this one year, I think it was one of the first or second year of us being really good friends. And so I'm like right behind Leaf to get on the slide. And my little preschooler brain thought that they were talking about me, but because they were like muttering something. I can't exactly remember the words that they were saying, but it was a lot of kind of like angry muttering. So I thought that was directed at me. I didn't say anything about it for the rest of the party, but then when I got back to preschool, literally I sat away from them in the reading circle, and I wouldn't talk to them for a while. And then we finally made up, and then turned out they were just yelling at themselves for some reason. I don't know. But they are subscribed to this channel, so hopefully they remember the story and know who I'm talking about. Okay, last two stories, gonna kind of go through them quick. So this is a really quick story, luckily. 5th grade. We're gonna call him Blueberry. All of my friends will know who this is. So, Blueberry and I have been close since I came to middle school. Since I was in 5th grade, which is when I started middle school. My child actually starts middle school in 4th grade, but I was in 4th grade when they changed it, so I didn't have to deal with being in 4th grade in the middle school. 5th grade was bad enough. So, I had this thing in 5th grade where I'd always steal Blueberry's food. He brought this up like on Friday. Probably Saturday or Sunday when you're seeing this, but it was on Friday. So he had a Rice Krispie treat, and at my school, he got a Rice Krispie treat. It was great. So I'm sitting next to him. I'm sitting a few people down from him, because my friend Jem and Lance, Jem I talked about in my live stream. So Jem, Lance, and I were all sitting together with Blueberry. And so I'm like, I'm gonna go steal Blueberry's, I said his real name, but I didn't call him Blueberry because he didn't have the reason we call him Blueberry yet. So I said, I'm gonna go steal Blueberry's Rice Krispie treat. Didn't know I said that out loud. Get up, try to go steal his Rice Krispie treat. He goes, you said that out loud. He's like, don't steal my Rice Krispie treat. I go, did I say that out loud? He goes, what do you think? And I was just like, I probably did. He won't let me live that one down. He kept bringing it up at lunch. A lot of my stories I hear about at lunch. I don't even remember some of these all completely, so that's why they're really short. Okay, final one. Pretty sure this is one about my history teacher. Yep, my history teacher absolutely loves gum. Loves it. He would always ask students for it if they had it. So if you had gum, you couldn't be in his classroom without giving him a piece. So, my homeroom, which was probably his favorite class of the day, is because at the end of the year, our final present to him, before we graduated middle school, I say graduated like it was an actual accomplishment, not for me at least, it'll be an accomplishment if I pass this year, if I pass math this year. So we bought him a huge tub. We got gum. We put in just we all pitched in about like a pack or two of gum. And it was only the girls in his homeroom. He loved the girls of his homeroom. He didn't like the boys, which was ironic. So I'm sitting there, and we're talking about this in, like, my library class. So we decided to get him a bunch of gum, some pencils, some erasers, something about geo, because he was a geo teacher. This is Mr. Geo, by the way. He was also my homeroom teacher. Do you guys do homerooms where you are? I know we don't do them in high school. I know we just do them in middle school. Getting off topic. I always am in these videos. So he loves gum. We bought him a map, we bought him some gum, and we bought him a couple pencils. Put that all in a tub and gave it to him on the last day of school, which was already enough on us, on me and my group, especially, like, me and V. We were, like, a mess that whole day, because we didn't want to leave. We had so many great memories there. We really didn't want to go to high school, still don't want to be there, but whatever. I'm forced there now, so. And he was, like, way too ecstatic, about that. And he actually has an Instagram account, and he posted, like, the best homeroom or something, with a picture of gum, with a picture of the tub of gum. It's been way too long since I've talked to him, but he probably doesn't have any gum left by now. I wouldn't have been surprised if it didn't last throughout the summer. That's how much he loved it. So that concludes my storytelling for today. So how bad does this look? Pretty bad. Okay, we're good. So, my fire feathers. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays in general. And I guess I will see you all whenever I decide to sit down and make another video. So, bye. Hope you enjoyed my stories and enjoyed my crazy friends. Bye.